Project Genesis by Dr. Paul Zelig Rodberg. In 2006, I was invited to give an introductory presentation of my work on health. My presentation was videotaped. 5 years later, I am translating the presentation. I'll start with some basic concepts as an introduction. I'm sure that my project will help many people live a better life. Basic concepts. The most important issue in the healthcare system is the honest division of responsibility between the doctor and the patient. Dr. Virgil Strang, my favorite teacher and one of the intellectual giants of the chiropractic world. Our job is to encourage the patient to follow their good intentions to regain their health. Dr. James W. Parker, another giant in the world of chiropractic. When you are lost, it's not the road that is lost, just you. Find the road. Paul Zelig Rodberg. The road that leads to the most magnificent health and happiness, and the road that leads to the most terrible suffering and death, is the same road. It's all a matter of direction. Paul Zelig Rodberg. Tell the people that come to you that you can only help them if they follow your instructions. Daniel David Rodberg, my father and best friend. Good health is our normal state. We should never be sick. Why then are there so many sick people? Something must be wrong. You can't defend yourself if you don't understand what is going on. For over 30 years, I have been teaching my patients to understand and to heal. I call my teaching program Project Genesis. I hope that you will enjoy, utilize, and share my project to its fullest potential. Project Genesis directs its strategy and methods to the restoration of the recuperative powers of the body, permitting renewed efficiency and consequently the elimination of most problems. The human body has its own recuperative or self-healing mechanisms, and I will teach you to take advantage of their potential by focusing your attention on the relationship between your behavior and your symptoms. Almost everything that we call disease is nothing more than the correct and necessary response of our bodies warning us of the overload to which our bodies have been subjected. Exhaustion, emotional upsets, lack of exercise, prolonged exposure to temperature extremes, and one of our two major priorities, all kinds of toxins. Seen in these terms, the disease is more easily understood as a debt. I will teach you to easily recover by paying off these debts. We can eliminate existing problems, and we can eliminate the cause of new disturbances. Eating incorrectly, we reduce our awareness of our body's functions. We don't eat according to our instinctive needs, as all animals do. We eat foods of questionable or no nutritional value. We eat combinations of foods that are simply impossible to digest. Consequently, we can't feel when our bodies are ready to digest, assimilate, and eliminate. Our intestines and lungs feed our bloodstream. If our bodies have been overloaded with foods that don't enter and exit within 24 hours, fermentation and putrefaction results. This means that foods that are not digested properly inside our intestines are no longer nutritional. Our blood transports the resulting toxins everywhere in our bodies, creating almost every disease known to man. You might want to try calling disease by another name. How about calling it a toxic overload? Please let me tell you the big secret. If you will really detoxify the body, almost all of the so-called diseases will disappear. If you can really learn to eat happily without retoxifying your body, you will probably never be sick again. Toxins must not enter the bloodstream, but they do every day when we don't know how to protect ourselves. We cannot compensate for the toxins that enter our bodies. Toxins hurt, disable, make us unhappy, incapable, and sooner or later kill us. Look around. Look in the mirror. Go to places where people eat and ask yourselves one simple question. Aren't they creating toxic overloads without realizing it? Even believing by saying, "I know I understand," has any value is only kidding yourself. That is the whole problem, and the only solution is to study, learn how to detoxify, and start to teach others by our example. When we offer our bodies a period of detoxification, they will be capable of gradually reducing and eventually eliminating our toxic debt. Toxins leave our bodies by way of our normal eliminative systems: intestines, kidneys, lungs, skin, and reproductive organs. Paying our debts eliminates our body's needs to signal its disapproval, which we call suffering, and allows us to grow and live normal, productive lives. There is no change in our lives that occurs without modifying our habits. Herbert Shelton. That which makes our body grow is not an opinion, it is called physiology. Again, Dr. Herbert Shelton. The average person living in the Western Hemisphere desperately and repeatedly tries to alter and suppress symptoms without consideration for the cause. Health educators agree that the best and most rational approach to treat the disease is to localize and eliminate the cause, and then the symptoms disappear. Educational professionals' recommendations say to suppress symptoms is dangerous. Why then is it so common to suppress the symptoms if we know that it is very often wrong and dangerous? Let us address the unusual question: why should anyone need to learn how to eat? We live in a world completely buried in promotion. Promotion is often designed to submerge common sense, leaving us confused enough to act without thinking. We buy, behave, eat, really do most everything. We live in a world completely buried in promotion. Promotion is often designed to submerge common sense, leaving us confused enough to act without thinking. We buy, behave, eat, really do almost everything in life because of promotion. When we speak about health, it is necessary to know the difference between promotion and education. Health and well-being depend on this awareness. Educators have a moral obligation to report facts accurately and honestly. I am here to remind you of the dignity of our Creator, of the body He has given us, and of life itself logically, naturally, and freely. I am also here to guide you out of your confusion and suffering now. You don't have to believe. Your hearts, minds, and bodies will very clearly demonstrate all of the advantages of making superior choices. Summarizing, we will focus on two main problems. They are, 1, the promotion of incorrect, misleading, and damaging ideas and practices, creating a need for re-education. And 2, the cause and effects of intoxication and consequently how to detoxify. May I encourage you to focus on a few undeniable basic truths? 1, God knows how to make a human body. 2, 99% of all health problems are caused by repeated abuses of food, lack of proper rest, emotional stress, alcohol, medicines, drugs, tobacco, and lack of proper exercise and stretching. It might make it easier to think of diseases as simply toxic debts that we have accumulated inside our bodies. Number 3, healing is simply paying off these debts every day. Number 4, I can guide and teach you how to find your way out of trouble by correcting the effect that promotion has had on your understanding, your reasoning, and your actions. Number 5, I can make it easier for you because I know the body so well and because I've been studying, developing, and teaching Project Genesis clinically for over 30 years. Number 6, you have blocked the body's self-healing mechanisms. I will unblock them and you will feel better very quickly. Number 7, I will teach you how to continue on your own, which is the only goal worth pursuing.